you like the video, click the like button. It helps. Hey folks, how's it going? Hope you're all having a fantastic April Fool's Day. Hopefully you've spent some quality time with your loved ones, pulled a couple of those good April Fool's Day jokes, and maybe you had a couple pulled on you. We have some stuff to talk about in this video. We're going to talk about a couple of Halloween rumors / speculation that's out there right now. We're even going to address a couple of Star Wars things and things that connect between the two. But at first, to lead off, I need to do a bit of a rant. And I might be being oversensitive with this. And I'm sure you're thinking, wow, these guys all just started on this channel. They're in their youth, and they're already going on some sort of rant. I think this is justified, but I'd love to hear from you guys. Maybe you don't think it's justified. Maybe I do. Maybe you do. I'd love to know your perspective on it. We're all entitled to our own opinion on things. That's the way these things work. So today, Culture State ran in the bit that you've seen going around Twitter, or maybe you haven't seen, but it's out there, about the Star Wars original trilogy cuts, the original cuts, that is, unedited, coming to Disney Plus. That is finally happening. Cool, awesome. It's an April Fool's Day joke, obviously, or not. And they, cool. You made an April Fool's Day joke out of something a lot of people wanted. Kudos. I tip my hat to you. That's great. And I want it to be known that the guy making this video and I have a bit of a checkered past, so I'm a little biased, and I'm willing to admit that. And I think deep down, the guy's probably a good guy, but I have my own reasons to not like him, and so it's one of the reasons I'm putting this video out here. I'm expressing myself. This doesn't represent the way anybody else at Phantom Empire feels. This is my video, my expression to you guys. So you do the punchline about the original trilogy, original cuts. It's great, awesome, cool joke. But then you use COVID-19 as the setup, as the reason why it's going to happen, and you make it stand out in your article, and you make it stand out in your YouTube video, the Culture State YouTube channel, which I think has like all of 14 subscribers. And look, that's not where I know this person from. I know this person from a much more successful Star Wars podcast that I won't name because there's other great people that work there, so I'll spare him that. But to use COVID-19 as the setup to your joke, and yeah, I don't care. I'm saying COVID-19. This video is not monetized. We can run super chats if we want, or go to Streamlabs. I'm not saying we're not going to do that. We might do that in the future, but this is COVID-19. I'm saying it again. Don't use it as your punchline to your April Fool's Day joke as the reason why this thing that you've rumored to be happening, which isn't, is going down. This is a pandemic going on right now. I'm affected by this. I can't see my one little guy. It's just the way it is. There's several other mothers and fathers out there that are going through this. There is fucking people dying. And you're using this as your fucking punchline to your fucking joke. Let me tell you something, you little motherfucker. You were one of the most classless individuals I have ever seen in my life. Between the way your nose is so fucking high up in the air and you walk around thinking you're better than everybody because you have a few connections. Guess what? I have connections. The guy living next door has connections. The girl living next door that way that I'm probably waking up because I'm being so fucking loud, that person has connections. We all have some sort of connection. It doesn't make you any better than the rest of us. But then to use the current pandemic to fucking express yourself and put out your cheap little April Fool's Day, I noticed that you connected it to all the other pages that we use to promote on. That's right, we promote on some of the different pages that this guy does. But you don't connect it to your popular podcast? Huh. I wonder why that is. Anyways, people, make your jokes. That's fine. Don't be a dick like this guy throwing something like COVID-19 out there where people are dying. Thousands of people are dead. Thousands more, guess what, are gonna die. And we're still in the midst of it, something we haven't seen in the history of our planet. See? I've got myself worked out. I meant in the last 100 years of the history of our planet. Don't do that shit, people. And, you know, if people knew the podcast he's from and how popular those guys are, and they're great guys for the most part, but this guy's an egotistical maniac, and just he loves to run other clickbaity sites under the table, but he does that. You know, cool, April Fool's Day joke. You know, don't fucking make fun of people dying. And that's essentially what you're doing when you use it as your little fucking clickbait. All right. Who's ready to talk some Halloween and Star Wars for the next 90 seconds? You might have heard Jamie Lee Curtis is rumored to be appearing in The Mandalorian 2 and possibly in multiple episodes. Mandalorian Season 2, that is. And, you know, I don't know if it's true or not. It's the first that I've heard, which is funny because, I mean, I'd love to say I have some inside Star Wars connections, and I do on the publishing side, but I never thought I'd see Jamie Lee Curtis in Star Wars, so sign me the fuck up. You know, one of the best parts of Halloween 2018 is Jamie Lee Curtis's portrayal of Laurie in that movie and how strong she is and how tormented she's been. And, you know, Jamie Lee Curtis adds nothing but, you know, class, which some individuals severely lack. Nothing but class as a human being. So it looks like that's happening. Making Star Wars came out with it. They're great guys, Jason and them over there. And a bunch of other people picked it up. So, yeah, do you guys want to see Jamie Lee Curtis, aka the Scream Queen, in Star Wars and in The Mandalorian? Seems like another genius play by Jon Favreau, in my opinion. Comment in the comment section below. We want to know here at Phantom Empire what you guys think. The Halloween bit. So the other day we talked about the ending, and brief, you know, tone spoilers here, people. The devastating, heartbreaking end to the film that is a tribute back to the 1978 original Halloween film. And I had, you know, a few people commenting, a few emails in, a few Facebook messages in, just asking for a little more detail on that. All I can tell you is this, that it's devastating if you're a human being who understands relationships, whether they're great ones or fractured ones in families. And this movie really touches on that at the end. And the callback to 1978, you guys can do your digging and figure out what it is. But I'll give you this. It's something that happens in the last third of the movie and doesn't actually involve Laurie. It's, well, I mean, I guess from a certain perspective, it involves Laurie, almost repeating that exact stance, but the event that's happening isn't physically happening to her. So it's a nice callback to 1978. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. Also, Halloween Talk didn't happen today. It's coming soon, so excited for that. And the Halloween trailer stuff, people. It's April Fool's Day, so I'm going to take everything with a huge grain of salt. But this thing is really close. We said it in our last video, 3 to 6 weeks. I'm thinking it's actually closer to that 3-week mark. It was basically told to me this morning that make sure that you're free to look around on certain media sites towards the end of April for a certain something. So we'll see if that's accurate or inaccurate. Hopefully it is. But yeah, no, that's gonna do it for this YouTube video. I've run a little long again. I apologize for using a video to go on about someone, but I felt really strongly about that. I hope you and all your loved ones find a way to just hunker down and do what you need to do to get through this mess, and then hopefully we all come out the other side of it. For Halloween fans, the movie hasn't been delayed, by the way. I see that going around. The movie hasn't fucking been delayed. The intent is still October. We said that in our last video. I'm saying it again now. And for Star Wars fans, anyone expecting any imminent news on anything major, that's not the Jamie Lee Curtis bit, obviously, don't expect anything yet. We're way too early for anything Mando related. So it's what it is. Take a moment, subscribe to us. It really helps us out here at the channel. And yeah, be cool, people. Always remember, the boogeyman is indeed coming.